Right now, the sun feels permanent. It rose this morning. It'll rise tomorrow. It has risen every single day of every life that has ever existed. But the sun is slowly getting brighter, and one day it will rise on a planet with no one left to watch it. Here's the part that surprises most people. The sun won't die for about 5 billion years, but life on Earth has nowhere near that long. Our best climate models give the biosphere roughly 1 billion years before Earth becomes uninhabitable to complex life. So this is a question astrophysics can actually answer, step by step. If you followed humanity all the way to the end, and then kept going to the end of everything, what would the final eyes in the universe actually see? Let's walk forward in time. Start with the sun, because the sun controls the timeline. Stars like ours don't burn at a constant rate. As the sun fuses hydrogen, its core slowly contracts and heats, and it brightens by roughly 10% every billion years. 10% doesn't sound like much, but to a planet sitting in a delicate temperature band, it's everything. More sunlight means more heat. More heat means more water vapor, and water vapor is itself a greenhouse gas. The warming feeds the warming. The first thing the future loses isn't the oceans, it's the color green. As the planet heats, rock weathering speeds up and pulls carbon dioxide out of the air. Push CO2 low enough and plants can no longer photosynthesize. In one detailed study, O'Malley James and colleagues, 2013, higher plants begin failing within roughly 500 million to a billion years. Animals follow, and Earth slides back toward a world ruled by microbes. Think about what that means. Long before any last day, Earth quietly stops being green. The forests go first, then the animals that depended on them. The planet is still here. It's just no longer ours. And here's where the timelines split, because not every scientist agrees on exactly when the water disappears. One influential 3D climate model, LeConte and colleagues in 2013, found the oceans could be largely gone in about a billion years, once the sun's energy crosses a critical threshold and a runaway greenhouse kicks in. Other irradiance models push complete evaporation out to roughly 3.5 billion years. The honest answer is, the exact date is model-dependent. But the direction is not in dispute. The oceans boil. Water vapor climbs to the upper atmosphere, sunlight splits it apart, and the hydrogen drifts off into space. Earth dries out from the top down. So if there is a last human, they almost certainly aren't standing on a green Earth at all. They're somewhere else, or they're a memory. Now here's the twist most people get backwards. The popular image is that Earth gently drifts away as the dying sun loses mass. For decades, that was an open question. Then a 2008 model settled it. And the answer was the opposite of comforting. In about 5 billion years, the sun swells into a red giant, hundreds of times its current size. Schroeder and Conan Smith, publishing in monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society in 2008, ran the full model. Yes, the sun loses about a third of its mass, and that should let Earth's orbit widen. But the sun's bloated outer atmosphere drags on the planet and pulls it inward faster than the orbit can grow. Earth would need to be at least 1.15 times its current distance to survive. It isn't, so Earth doesn't escape. Around 7.6 billion years from now, our planet spirals into the sun and is vaporized. Every mountain, every ocean bed, every fossil of everything that ever lived, gone into the same star that gave it life. But suppose something of us survives. Descendants, machines, whatever human means by then. Keep following them forward, and the sky itself starts to disappear. In about 4 to 5 billion years, the Milky Way collides with Andromeda and merges into one galaxy. And then dark energy takes over. Krauss and Scherer showed in 2007 that the accelerating expansion of the universe will carry every other galaxy beyond our horizon. In roughly 100 billion years, the night sky outside our own merged galaxy goes black. The light from everything else is stretched away into nothing. A civilization born then would look up, see only their island of stars, and have no way, none, to ever discover that there was once a Big Bang. And the stars themselves are on a clock. When the gas runs out, the last and longest-lived stars fade at around 100 trillion years. After that, the universe never makes new light again. So what will the last human ever see? We don't know if humanity survives even the next 1,000 years, let alone a billion. That part is honestly unknown. But the universe's ending is something physics can sketch. Maybe the last human sees a sun too bright to look at, over an ocean that's already gone. Maybe they see it from another world entirely, watching a small blue dot fall into a red star. Or maybe, far past all of that, the very last eyes that ever open look up at a sky with nothing in it. No galaxies, no Big Bang to remember, just the dimming light of the final stars. Everyone who ever lived got to look up at a sky full of light. We were born early enough to see it. That, it turns out, is a kind of luck. Don't waste the sunrise.